The world of live television is no stranger to drama, but the events surrounding Isabel Oakeshott's controversial exit have taken the term breaking news to an entirely new level. As the story unfolded, audiences were left stunned by a heated exchange that escalated beyond anyone's expectations, culminating in her abrupt removal from the broadcast. This incident, a rare moment where behind-the-scenes tensions spilled over into the public eye, has since become the subject of intense speculation, fueling debates across media platforms and social circles alike. It began as an otherwise routine panel discussion, a televised debate featuring a mix of political commentators and journalists known for their sharp opinions. Isabel Oakeshott, a journalist with a reputation for stirring controversy and never shying away from confrontation, was seated alongside figures with contrasting viewpoints. The subject at hand was politically charged, touching on issues that have divided public opinion for months. Isabel, known for her incisive commentary and no-holds-barred approach, wasted no time in making her stance crystal clear. Her words were as sharp as ever, cutting through the usual political jargon and drawing both admiration and ire from viewers and fellow panelists. What started as a spirited discussion quickly veered into uncharted territory. One of the panelists, visibly frustrated by Isabel's unrelenting critiques, fired back with a tone that was far from professional. Isabel, never one to back down from a challenge, responded in kind. The exchange grew increasingly heated, with voices overlapping and tempers flaring. Viewers could sense the tension through their screens, and social media began lighting up with real-time reactions. Hashtags bearing Isabel's name started trending within minutes, as clips of the confrontation were swiftly shared and dissected online. As the argument escalated, the show's host attempted to regain control of the discussion, calling for decorum and reminding the panelists of their responsibilities to maintain a respectful dialogue. However, the situation had already spiraled beyond the host's control. Isabel, unwavering in her position, accused her counterpart of spreading misinformation and undermining public trust. The accusation was met with a sharp rebuttal, with the opposing panelist questioning Isabel's journalistic integrity. It was a verbal clash that left no room for diplomacy, and the live audience watched in stunned silence as the confrontation reached its boiling point. The breaking point came when Isabel's adversary made a comment that many viewers later described as a personal attack. Isabel, visibly outraged, demanded an apology, her voice cutting through the noise with a level of intensity that startled even her supporters. When the apology was not forthcoming, she stood up, a gesture that immediately caught everyone's attention. Her movements were deliberate, her expression a mix of anger and disbelief. The host, now visibly flustered, attempted to defuse the situation, but the damage was done. Isabel's parting words before storming off the set were as cutting as they were memorable, leaving the room in stunned silence. What happened next was even more shocking. Behind the scenes, tensions reportedly boiled over into a full-blown argument, with production staff struggling to mediate the situation. Eyewitnesses later described a chaotic scene, with raised voices echoing through the studio halls. Security personnel were eventually called to intervene, a move that underscored the severity of the situation. Within hours, reports began to surface that Isabel had been officially removed from the network's roster, a decision that was met with mixed reactions from the public. The fallout from the incident was immediate and far-reaching. Social media platforms were inundated with posts dissecting every moment of the altercation, with users divided in their opinions. Some praised Isabel for standing her ground and refusing to be silenced, while others criticized her for letting her emotions get the better of her. The hashtag #Isabel Oakeshott became a digital battleground, with supporters and detractors clashing in comment sections and retweets. In the days that followed, the incident dominated headlines, with news outlets dedicating extensive coverage to the story. Some publications framed Isabel as a victim of an increasingly hostile media environment, where differing opinions are often met with personal attacks. Others painted her as a polarizing figure whose confrontational style had finally caught up with her. Interviews with former colleagues and industry insiders added fuel to the fire, offering conflicting narratives about her professional conduct and the events leading up to her controversial exit. Isabel herself wasted no time in addressing the incident, taking to social media to share her side of the story. In a series of posts, she defended her actions and criticized the network for what she described as an overreaction. Her words struck a chord with her supporters, who rallied behind her and called for accountability from the network. However, her critics were equally vocal, accusing her of deflecting blame and refusing to take responsibility for her role in the debacle. The network, for its part, issued a carefully worded statement acknowledging the incident and reaffirming its commitment to fostering respectful dialogue on its platforms. While the statement stopped short of directly addressing Isabel's departure, it was widely interpreted as a rebuke of her actions. Industry analysts speculated that the decision to part ways with Isabel was as much about preserving the network's reputation as it was about addressing the immediate fallout from the incident. As the dust began to settle, questions about the broader implications of the incident started to emerge. For many, the altercation was a stark reminder of the challenges facing modern journalism, where the lines between reporting, commentary, and entertainment are increasingly blurred. The incident also highlighted the growing polarization in public discourse, where disagreements often devolve into personal attacks and constructive debate becomes a rarity. Despite the controversy, Isabel's career appears far from over. If anything, the incident has only amplified her profile, cementing her status as a divisive but undeniably influential figure in the media landscape. Whether she chooses to launch her own platform, join a rival network, or pivot to a different medium altogether, one thing is certain. Isabel Oakeshott will remain a prominent voice in the world of journalism and public debate. For now, the incident serves as a cautionary tale for media professionals and viewers alike. It's a reminder of the high stakes involved in live broadcasting, where even the smallest misstep can have far-reaching consequences. It's also a testament to the enduring power of live television to captivate, provoke, and spark conversations that resonate far beyond the confines of the studio. In the end, whether you view Isabel Oakeshott as a hero, a villain, or something in between, there's no denying the impact of her presence and her absence on the media landscape. The newsroom was abuzz with tension, and the breaking news caught everyone off guard. Isabel Oakeshott, the well-known journalist and political commentator, had been unceremoniously removed from a live broadcast following a heated confrontation that left viewers and panelists stunned. The dramatic incident unfolded during a high-stakes discussion on a controversial topic, where opinions were as divided as the participants themselves. Isabel, known for her sharp tongue and unapologetic stance, found herself at the center of a storm when her remarks clashed with those of another guest. The argument quickly escalated beyond the bounds of professional decorum, with voices rising and tempers flaring, creating a moment of live television chaos. What began as a spirited debate took an unexpected turn when personal jabs were exchanged, fueling the tension in the studio. Isabel, visibly frustrated, refused to back down, delivering her points with the tenacity she is infamous for. However, her opponent matched her energy, and the conversation spiraled out of control. The host attempted to mediate, but their efforts were drowned out by the escalating clash. The live audience watched in disbelief as the situation reached its boiling point. Reports suggest that Isabel's strong words, perceived by some as a direct attack, prompted an immediate response from the production team. The decision to remove her from the panel was made swiftly, with security stepping in to escort her out of the studio. Viewers at home took to social media almost instantly, sharing their reactions and debating whether the decision to eject Isabel was justified. While some applauded her for standing her ground and refusing to compromise her principles, others criticized her for what they viewed as unprofessional conduct. The hashtag Isabel Oakeshott began trending within minutes, with clips of the altercation going viral across platforms. Opinions were sharply divided, as some condemned the network for censoring a controversial voice, while others felt her removal was a necessary step to restore order to the broadcast. In the aftermath of the incident, the network released a brief statement, emphasizing the importance of maintaining a respectful dialogue during live discussions. They expressed regret over how the situation unfolded and assured viewers that measures would be taken to prevent such disruptions in the future.